Contact.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to do something slightly different to my normal random act of the week for this Friday. I'm going to do a little bit of tech news. Obviously, CES has been happening in Las Vegas. There's been a lot of news and everything about going around about it, but I'd just like to have my 2 cents on some of the things that have been revealed. There, in the game in the background is obviously Black Ops 2, but don't expect it to be always Black Ops 2 when I do these kind of videos. It's going to be whatever video I find is going to be interesting to you guys to watch, or whatever I find that fits the topic that we're going to be talking about. In the top right corner there is a picture of the Nvidia Shield, which is a handheld game. Looks not unlike an Xbox 360 control pad with a screen attached to the back of it. It's Nvidia's attempt at a handheld device. Well, I say handheld device. It's running an Android operating system, so it will be able to play any type of mobile game. The screen at the back is actually a 10-inch touch screen as well, so any type of Android game will work on it, Angry Birds or anything like that. But I can imagine it'd be quite difficult to use the touch screen, as it's not actually detachable, so you have to use it with the controller attached to the bottom of it. It's going to be quite difficult to use the touchscreen and hold the controller at the same time, because let's face it, them screens are not the most rigid thing in the world, so they are going to they will break if you start holding it by the screen too much. So, this thing is running the Nvidia's Tegra 4 graphics processor, which I don't really know that much about. I should have really read up on it a bit beforehand, but it's going to be able to, as I said, play Android type mobile games, and it also is going to be able to stream games over a local network from your PC to that device. Now, it's not going to be able to do that when you're out and about for obvious reasons, because you're not going to have Wi-Fi that far away. Possibly in your back garden during the summer days or something like that, you might be able to use it, but not when you're on the train and stuff like that, because unless you like to go outside and put a shitload of aerials everywhere, you're not going to have that kind of range on your Wi-Fi. But with that all said and done, they are talking about adding a 4G component to it, which 4G is not that big in the UK at the moment. There's only one mobile network that is actually doing it at the moment and offering it at the moment. That's Orange and T-Mobile, or Everything Everywhere, as they like to be called now, which is kind of a stucky name if you ask me, because my work mobile is on Everything Everywhere and the signal is terrible. But let's hope that when the other mobile companies get hold of it, it'll prove to be a better experience. But imagine stuff like that. If they do get that working, imagine sitting on the train, being a passenger in a long car journey, and being able to play Dishonored or Black Ops even on this thing while being a passenger in a car, or sitting on the train on a long journey or something like that. That would be fantastic. Now, this thing can only dish out 720p. It's not a big deal on a small screen like that. I mean, the components in it are going to be probably better than this generation of consoles. Let's face it, it's not that difficult to compete with 8-year-old hardware. It could be a step in the right direction for handhelds, I think. I mean, we'll talk about the other stuff that's been going on, the Steambox in inverted commas, and the Razer Edge as well. That looks promising. But we'll talk about that in another video at some point. Xgrad brought up a good point on the Shield battery life. Let's hope that they have some decent batteries in it, but for the foreseeable future, or when it does come out, it's going to be, as I can see, depending if they bring it out with the 4G enabled or not, but I can see it being mainly in the house handheld. because unless you're willing to pay an extortionate amount of money just to play Android games, which, let's face it, you can probably buy, you can get a phone contract in the UK for about or a decent mobile contract in the UK for about £30 a month, and get a really decent free phone with that as well. And you don't think that you're going to be able to pick this thing up for 30 quid. You might be able to pick it up for 2 years worth of £30, but I very much doubt that you're going to be able to pick it up for £30. In fact, I can pretty much guarantee you're not going to pick it up for £30. This thing also has HDMI out on the rear of it, so you are going to be able to actually, if you don't want to use the 10-inch screen, that touchscreen that's supplied with it, you can actually connect it to television or something like that. I mean, I can't see anything being comparable to actually playing a PC game on a proper PC, which is why it baffles me that they're bringing this out when they haven't really announced too much about whether it's going to incorporate 4G or anything like that. Because why would you use it if you're sitting in your home and you fancy playing Dishonored or Battlefield 3 on the PC or anything like that? Why play it on this? Why play it on this with 720p? It's just not gonna. You may as well just go and play it on your PC and play it on high settings at 1080p. May as well do it that way. But I can see it being a big hit if they do release it with the 4G compatibility straight out of the gate. It would be nice. I mean, I haven't owned a handheld for a few years. My last handheld was the PSP, and I had probably about 3 games for that, and very rarely played it. Very rarely played it. In fact, I ended up selling it to my cousin for about 30 quid, I think, which was cheap at the time, considering I actually had my PSP was actually Japanese. I actually had it about 6 months before it came out in the UK, which was a fairly long time. Which I should have really kept it, because I'd have probably been able to play all the Japanese games. I would have probably been able to play Monster Hunter and shit like that on it if I'd have kept it. But yeah, let's hope that this is a step in the right direction for handhelds. Handhelds are trying to get into the mainstream of gaming rather than just on the setback, on the case that young children like to play them and stuff like that. They're trying to get into the mainstream. I suppose it's not unlike the Wii U, upgrading from the Wii. They tried to get mainstream on what kind of gamers they had playing on the Nintendo platform. It's not unlike that, I suppose, but we shall wait and see. We shall wait and see until it comes out to see if it's any good. If I can afford it, I shall pick one up. At the moment, I am absolutely skint. You would not believe. I am. I would love to say that I have no money, but that would be a lie, because I actually have minus no money. But I really can't wait for stuff like this to come out, especially if it's at a reasonable price range as well. I mean, it's obviously this is a prototype that you're seeing on the screen here at the moment. It's not 100% certain that it's actually going to look anything like this. It could look in a year's time or so, or in say 9 months' time or whatever, whenever it comes out, it could look completely different. The screen may end up being detachable. You never know. At the moment, it just folds down onto the top of the pad. You can see in the corners there are like slight grooves where the screen will fit down. I'm quite looking forward to stuff, to be honest with you. I mean, CES this year has been, for the most part at the moment, it's been really good for kind of tech stuff. I've really enjoyed reading about some of the stuff that's been there, and I would have really liked to have gone. If I could afford to go to Las Vegas, I would have gone, and maybe next year. I don't know. If there's some people that possibly want to come with, then give us a shout and we'll sort something out for next year maybe. But I hope you've liked this video anyway. We'll talk about other things that have been happening at CES, gaming related and non-gaming related, at some point. And I will see you guys next time. Oh, on a side note, actually, I'm going to just bring up my kill-death ratio here for the moment, which is quite nice. Let's just get rid of the shield for a moment. 60 for 9. Lovely, lovely. If you would like me to talk about anything in particular, leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you like my content. If you don't, fuck off. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.